Hello, my beautiful people. Before I start, these are all my thoughts and opinions based on all public information out there. Please do your own research. Feel free to share facts with me or correct me on anything. And this is for entertainment purposes only. I wanted to do this little video because I see that there's a lot of YouTubers or people going around. And I also got a lot of emails saying, do you want Harry's death in your conscience if Meghan leaves him or whatever, because he's going to kill himself? He's that frail, that mentally fragile. Okay. This is my answer to you. First of all, I am very surprised. If holding somebody, if the reason for not holding somebody accountable is because they're going to kill themselves or they threaten to kill themselves, then you will have no criminals, you would have no jails, you would have people not doing anything. It's called emotional manipulation. It's called emotional blackmail, which is exactly what Meghan was doing to Harry, or claims anyway, because she says she didn't want to live anymore unless she was living in California. That was her message. I don't want to be alive anymore, because she was in the UK instead of being famous or trying to be famous in California. So she used that as an excuse. So many YouTubers are going around saying, oh, Harry's mentally frail. Okay, let's back that a little bit up. In order to be a captain, so I started looking, wait a minute. What does it require? How can this man be so mentally frail and unstable or delicate that if a woman leaves him, he'll kill himself? Or that people don't want to hold him accountable? Because this is what really it comes down to. People don't want to hold him accountable, right? So I went back and I looked and I said, what does it take to be a captain in the British Army? What are the requirements? First of all, you need to have 72 in grade, which Harry didn't have. He had 64, and yet he was allowed in. Talk about privilege. But mentally, you cannot join the British Army or be an officer if you have PTSD, for not only from combat, but from any other major thing in life. In this case, he claims it's his mother's death, right? So if he had PTSD, then he couldn't join it. If he had drug or alcohol addiction, which in the Apple thing with Oprah, he said he had, that he wasn't too heavily into drugs and alcohol. So, and while being in the army and being a captain, you know what I mean? So he, according to him, he has this mental struggle, or PTSD basically is what he describes. He has mental anxiety. He has alcohol addiction, drug addiction, or uses it to a large degree, right? According to what their website says, before you join, they give you a series of mental evaluations to determine your mental fitness as well as your physical fitness before you join in to be an officer. And you absolutely must have 72 in your grades, which he didn't have. So you're trying to tell me that the British Army ascended this guy to the ranks of captain, which is a pretty high rank. Send him to 2 tours of Afghanistan. By the way, tours are 6 to 9 months, in some cases 12 months. Harry was never there for 6 months, ever. He was there for 10 weeks and 7 weeks. That's the maximum he did. For him, it was a vacation. It wasn't really, and people say, oh, but he actually does have, he would have fought like a brave soldier. How can he have fought like a brave soldier if he can't handle criticism, if he can't handle accountability, if he falls apart, if anybody just calls him out on anything? You're trying to tell me that now the character of the person that we know for real he is would have been an honorable man in battle. When he described being in a helicopter and killing people, albeit your enemies, I understand your enemies, but still some respect, right? You don't want to be like them. But he describes killing people like a video game. Okay? So this is a man who, from what he says now, and he admitted in a worldwide stage, was doing drugs, alcohol, and had PTSD while being in the British Army. And he was allowed to get away with everything. And not only that, he probably would have been promoted to higher ranks. So now we go here down to Meghan. So this guy, so if Meghan leaves him, what? Most likely, in my opinion, what Meghan will do is he will go out one day and then he won't be allowed back into the house and he'll call the police on him. I hope she does, because he deserves it. They're both disgusting people. I was looking today that Piers Morgan won the Ofcom, I think it's called Ofcom, that he doesn't have to be, that they ruled in his favor. Although they said that what he said was potentially, I think, harmful and offensive. Since when is calling out lies or exposing somebody's lies in a worldwide platform? Because let's not forget that Meghan used that platform to slander people. And basically what Piers Morgan said was, she's lying. He called out her lies. So how can that be offensive? Can somebody please tell me, how can that be offensive? That if you have an outright liar who's using a worldwide platform to slander people, and this person is being exposed, how can that be offensive? And another thing that I read today is that, the bully allegations were dropped by the employees. No, they were not. They were not. They're still ongoing. And if this is a ploy by the royal family to put it out there to see how people react, to force the people that were bullied out of their jobs, because that's what happened. They were bullied out of their jobs, which is unlawful. And again, this cannot be a private thing because this is a government institution funded by the public. If this had happened, for example, in Parliament or in any other places that are government, this would be made public because they would want transparency on how they're handling this to ensure that this doesn't happen again. Secrecy is not good for stuff like this because it only enables the police. So let's say Meghan leaves Harry. So what? Oh, this is why the royal family, they don't want to really act harshly against him, because if he comes back, he can take royal duties. Why? Why would he take royal duties? As a family member, I can understand it as a family. Say, okay, Harry, you can come back to England. We're going to help you out somehow, but you can never go back to being the monarchy. You can never represent the monarchy. Ever. Ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Now, people are saying that here Prince Andrew is out completely on his own. Yet, he's still featured on that. I'm sorry, I'm going to swear, okay? On that fucking royal website. He's still featured there as being a convoy of the Queen, representing the Queen. The same thing for Harry and that skank Meghan. So, how can they say that they've been completely cut off while keeping them on their website? How? Can somebody please tell me how? Because I am confused about this. And on that website, they're perpetrating lies saying that, number one, Harry and Meghan official residence is Frogmore, the UK. Number two, that they represent the Queen, because they if you have them on that website, they are. And that website, please keep in mind, this is an official website. This is not a nice little family website. No, this is an official website of an institution, the highest institution in the United Kingdom, saying that, and is used for the people who are current working members of the royal family. And they have Harry and Meghan there, and they keep updating their website. So they keep them on purpose. And it says there still that Meghan is upholding the values of the Queen, while Meghan is denouncing everybody and lying about everything. She's slandering her way through everything. So for people who are going out there saying, we should not hold Harry accountable, nor Meghan, because if we hold Meghan accountable, then she's going to leave Harry, and then Harry's going to kill himself. You know what? Roll the dice. Roll the dice. That is such a coward way to do. Meghan is banking on that. Putting those children in the line of succession is a permanent link to her that she will exploit. She will exploit those children. Those children, in my opinion, are in danger. Those children cannot be in any healthy home. And the royal family and everybody who is enabling and not holding those people accountable are, by everyday standards, endangering and enabling the exploitation of those two children. You know, I was looking at a thing when Megan went to Africa and the way she's holding that kid. I mean, it was so awkward too. I'm going to say, and this has nothing to do with her, but if I didn't know she was the mother, I would have thought she was a stranger holding a child that doesn't know how to handle a child. Because I am a mother, and I can tell you, I didn't hold my child like that. You know, you have a rapport, but she was like putting him like here, like there, you know, like shoving that poor kid everywhere. It was actually terrible to watch. You know, I almost felt like saying, put the fucking kid down. You know, it's like, it was like a trophy. Here, I have this. It was unbelievable. So what if Meghan leaves Harry? So what? Roll the dice. Hold them both accountable. The bullying allegations and the investigation must be public, and it must be told to everybody. And if I were any of you in the UK, start a parliamentary petition, and please let me know so I can post it in my little channel. And try to help, demanding that Harry and Meghan present the document with the doctor's signature and make the doctor's details public of who delivered those two children. And those doctors have to put their signature to it. Because if they don't want to present that, then those kids have to be removed from the line of succession. That is fraud. That is fraud. So for all of those YouTubers around saying, oh, we have to be careful because Harry's mentally frail. He's not mentally frail. He's a freaking brat who's been allowed to get away with everything, just like Meghan. And if people don't want to hold Meghan accountable because then she leave Harry, and then, you know, Harry won't be so happy, tough luck. Roll the dice. And yes, he can come back to the UK. I mean, nobody can stop him from going. They were talking about human rights. No. Your human rights stop when they interfere with somebody else's. This is why you have police. This is why you have libel. This is why you have lawsuits, when you have slander. Look at Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, his name, his livelihood, everything has been affected. And to date, we still have the likes of Miss Scooby. Or we didn't want to name the racist, how do you say, the racist royal. Why? Because there's no such thing. But yet they continue to slander because there's no accountability. So roll the dice. Roll the dice. Let's hold everybody accountable. And you know what the royal family should do? Start removing people who really don't represent the royal family. Because Harry and Meghan don't represent the royal family. And if Andrew is really cut off from the royal family, he would have been removed from that website. But these are just my crazy thoughts. What do you guys think? Please share and like. Okay, let me know what you think. Oh, and I wanted to tell you something. Many of you have asked me about Madeleine McCann, what I think about that case. I was actually thinking about doing a little video about that because I have very strong opinions on that matter, as you can imagine. Anyways,